It's time to give your brain a break. Welcome to WowTech, where flawless craftsmanship and mesmerizing rhythms take over your screen. Even artificial grass needs a good brush to evenly spread infill sand and lock the grass in place. It looks easy, but this is the key to keeping your lawn looking great. If you own an outdoor pool, you totally know the pain of cleaning up all the sludge and algae after a long time. Do you usually clean it yourself or hire a pro? Without even glancing over, every single burger patty is caught by hand and neatly lined up in the tray. It is just pure muscle memory. Using wax resist combined with fine terra sigillata clay is the secret to creating a unique layering effect when fired. Seeing this makes me want to get behind the wheel and throw a ceramic vase myself. Sometimes, that satisfying feeling doesn't just come from crisp sounds or smooth cuts, but from the flawless precision of a craftsman doing hand engraving. Are you as mesmerized by these lines as I am? Racing against time is the golden rule when harvesting jellyfish. Since they're over 95% water, they'll quickly deflate and lose weight the second they leave the ocean. Here's a quick pro tip when shopping for Dutch cheese. Look for the word Boerenkaas on the rind. It's a guarantee that it's farmhouse made, packing way more rich flavor than the factory produced stuff. Just look at the rhythm of their throws and catches. That kind of next level chemistry only comes from countless hours on the job. Don't think the trimmed green onion tops are a waste. Cutting them down reduces bulk so they don't jam up the shipping containers, which optimizes transit costs. Plus, they're all gathered up to make scallion oil or flavor powder. Sure, the durability of the bricks is impressive, but the workers' flawless tossing skill is what steals the show and makes the video so satisfying to watch. After a hard day out in the field, it's time to give this harvester a good wash and clean up to get ready for tomorrow's work. Can anyone with sharp eyes check if he made any guidelines on the wooden fence? Those cuts are so even and precise. In Russia, matryoshka doll artisans have to take annual skills assessment tests. With such flawless and precise brushstrokes, this artisan probably always keeps a top professional ranking. The art of mandala painting leaves absolutely no room for rushing. To finish a piece like this, the artist needs absolute stillness and meticulous precision with every single dot. To pull this off, you need to keep the blade flat and parallel to the cutting board, while pulling the skin taut in the opposite direction for the cleanest cut possible. Shucking scallops at this speed, they'll have a full basket ready for shore in no time. Drop a comment. What's the absolute elite way to cook fresh scallops? With their delicious flavor and meticulous handmade process, these Shrewsbury butter biscuits are a must-buy souvenir when visiting Pune. Looks a bit like a muddy mess, but this pliable mixture is a lifesaver for restoring old, shrinking hardwood floors. On large fields, machinery is used, But for premium sweet corn, hand harvesting is a worthwhile investment to ensure customers enjoy the best flavor. I've watched this over and over 10 times and still don't get how they move that fast. This speed definitely deserves a gold medal. Installing greenhouse arches takes serious stamina, agility, and a total lack of fear of heights. Would you and your besties dare to test your teamwork with this job? The biggest nightmare for any item is transit, but with such tight and secure packaging, customers can rest assured they'll receive their goods completely intact. Just guessing. At this flying pace, how many finished bags do you think an experienced worker can complete in a single hour? Look at that lightning-fast fruit catch, just like a goalkeeper saving a shot. Missing a ball just means losing points, but with durians, even a slight slip-up can easily lead to an injury. Between a classic beaded sparkly dress and a unique hand-painted wedding dress design like this, which style would you prefer? Big thanks to the dedicated worker. These sparkling clean glass panels don't just open up the gym space, they also elevate the whole workout experience to a much more professional level. The secret to a smooth and sharp precast concrete surface lies in the right consistency of the mortar mix, and the steady pace of the worker pulling the screed like this. Hydroseeding is quick, efficient, packed with seeds, fertilizer, and mulch to make sure the lawn sprouts evenly and fills in fast. Many think applying gap sealant is just pulling the trigger, but in reality, you have to control hand pressure and the precise tilt angle so the sealant bead doesn't overflow. Stacking bricks without a second spent calculating positions, moving as fast as a machine like this, the boss definitely has to double this worker's salary. The ideal mirror glaze temperature is 95 degrees to 105 degrees Fahrenheit, and the mousse must be deeply frozen so the glaze sets instantly. This technique creates faux grout lines that look just like real brick or stone. From afar, I honestly couldn't tell the difference. When you work at a textile mill but have the hand speed of a card magician. Fast and steady to the point that the naked eye can barely keep up. With a DPF filter clogged like this, no wonder the engine is sluggish. Get it cleaned if your vehicle has the same issue. Deveining the shrimp with such a clean slice completely removes the bitter digestive tract. Plus, it helps the seasoning soak right into the meat when you cook. This stencil sheet is typically laser cut from flexible mylar or thin PVC, making it easy to hug close to the wall surface and reusable multiple times. Is anyone else addicted to watching this? So satisfying. The craftsman's hands are truly skillful in controlling force. Keeping the steel wire taut and tightly closed like this will create springs with perfect elasticity. Callisons are made from a delicious blend of crushed almonds, melons, and candied orange peels. The royal icing on top is what truly brings out the signature flavors of Provence. The chef is probably so used to the job that even blindfolded, he can see the fishbone structure crystal clear like this. The secret to this ultra-thin dough is the right gluten ratio and a light, even coat of oil. That's what gives it maximum elasticity, so that it can be stretched and tossed around so flexibly like that. What do you guys think looks better? Keeping the original exposed brick or giving it a fresh coat of white paint? It looks simple because there's a pre-made guide groove, but just a shaky hand and a bit too much squeeze will make the ink spill right out. Who's confident they've got the patience to tackle hundreds of pairs a day like this? The real magic of the char pie technique is how free and unscripted it feels, but the final plaid pattern comes together in a strangely perfect way. Before exterior spray painting like this, you must use a pressure washer to blast away years of stubborn moss and mildew. Here's how people in India make sal leaf plates to replace single-use plastics. They are completely biodegradable in nature in just a few weeks. An extremely creative green solution. Choosing a district grout color instead of traditional white shows the homeowner has a very refined aesthetic taste. It really elevates the overall look of the flooring. This heat setting process locks each sock into its perfect wrinkle-free shape right after knitting. Wonder why new socks always hug your feet and look flawless? This is exactly why. Carpenters usually use 3/8-inch staples to firmly secure fabric and padding. Too short, and they'll pull out when tensioning the fabric. Too long, and they might pierce through the frame, ruining the exterior finish. Hand glass blowing takes absolute precision, from the furnace heat to the artisan's breath. Once shaped, they'll crack it off the tube and grind the edges smooth for a flawless finish. Hey truck drivers, do you usually wash your trucks on a regular schedule? Or do you wait until it gets so dirty that it practically asks for a bath? That resin application is so smooth. Can you guess how long this epoxy takes to fully cure? Combining two colors on a single wheel creates a unique, eye-catching gradient. When the car's in motion, the blend of these two shades of blue and green creates a seriously stunning visual effect. Harvesting sod early in the morning or on cloudy days stops it from drying out and hitting heat shock. Next stop, turning sports fields and city spaces perfectly green. Getting a full wrap PPF typically costs between $3,500 and $8,000 based on the size and film grade. Do you think this is a worthwhile investment to protect the factory paint from rock chips and scratches? Zero wasted seconds right here. This is the ultimate proof of an efficient workflow. Using chocolate ganache with the exact consistency is the secret to keeping the lines sharp and holding their shape without smudging while shaping. Compared to brushing, spray painting delivers a flawlessly smooth finish with zero brush strokes. It's the gold standard for high-end furniture refinishing.
Ready.
This is the soul of street food. The pure craftsmanship and speed create a charm that industrial fast food can never match. Not every fish is filleted the same way. To get the cleanest cut, you really have to know the skeletal structure of each species. He makes it look effortless, but the heavy tool and endless vibration can give your arms a serious workout in no time. If you're making DIY furniture at home, apply the glue in a zigzag pattern like this. It saves material and helps spread the adhesive evenly when bonding flat surfaces together. Bartenders on a major cruise ship like this must pull in around $3,000 to $5,000 a month thanks to tips and gratuities. If I were right there, I'd definitely be tipping this guy generously. This is baklava, a Turkish delicacy featuring layers of paper-thin pastry wrapped around in a rich nut filling and drenched in a sweet syrup. There's something so deeply satisfying about seeing things done perfectly, right? If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to WowTech for more awesome content. See you next time!